Yeah. Wildman. Wildman. Ooh, where are you? Oh, there he is. The Hulk.
Greetings and salutations, Papi. Today we're going to talk about Marvel's most controversial superhero, the Hulk.
That's a good topic to talk about.
Okay, so we're going to start with, in early 2000s, Marvel sold. Okay. In the early 2000s, Marvel sold the Hulk character to Universal because they were bleeding money.
Yeah, they were bankrupt actually. The comic book industry didn't exist anymore, and Marvel had no money to continue on with their operations, so they started selling their characters off. Spider-Man
to Sony.
X-Men
to Fox.
Blade
to I don't even know.
Yeah, the Blade guys.
And they sold the Hulk to Universal. So, in the early 2000s, I guess let's say 2002, Universal made a Hulk movie that was disastrous. Yeah. And like Universal owned, the production rights, the distribution rights. They owned the Hulk.
Don't anger the Hulk.
But when they failed to make a sequel around 2006, the production right to the Hulk character went back to Marvel.
Right, production rights.
So, in 2008, Marvel Studios was created with Iron Man 1, and the second movie was The Incredible Hulk. Most of the movies around that time were being distributed by Paramount, with the exception of The Incredible Hulk, which was distributed by Universal. In 2012, Disney bought Marvel Studios.
But the original Hulk movie that you were talking about,
yeah,
the character of Bruce Banner was played by Edward Norton.
We'll get to Ed Norton. I agree. This is fascinating, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
So in 2012, Disney bought Marvel Studios, and most of the movies were being produced and distributed by Disney since then. And since Disney and Universal don't get along, and if Disney is able.
The competitors.
Disney owns the production rights to the Hulk character, so they're allowed to include him in the Avengers, Thor, Ragnarok, movies like that. But if they want to distribute a standalone Hulk movie, a movie that has Hulk in the title, a solo Hulk movie, Universal owns the right to do that. So with that being said, that's the reason they don't make Hulk movies, because Universal and Disney don't get along.
But they can use him as a
background character in other movies, because they own the production rights. And if you've seen Avengers Endgame, Hulk is now Professor Hulk, which combines the brains of Bruce Banner and the brawn of the Hulk. What people are speculating, this might be the start of the Hulk as a supervillain in the MCU, because if you were paying attention, the other characters were a little bit weirded out by the Hulk.
And if you haven't seen Endgame, that's a spoiler.
That's a spoiler. I shouldn't have given away spoilers. Okay, and another fascinating thing about the Hulk. In the first Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, The Incredible Hulk in 2008, he was played by Ed Norton. And Ed Norton was supposed to reprise the role in 2012 in The Avengers. You even see at the end of the movie, Tony Stark, played by Robert Downey Jr., says to the Hulk, we're compiling a team. You're going to be... But then they changed actors, and now Mark Ruffalo plays the Hulk. Why is that?
Well, I don't think Ed Norton was the perfect fit for that character, and plus, he was very difficult to
That's what I hear.
Get along with.
I hear Ed Norton was really difficult to work with. He would constantly rewrite the script.
Every day he would show up with the script totally rewritten.
And he didn't get along with the producers, the directors. And Marvel pretty much said the reason they replaced him in 2012 had nothing to do with monetary reasons. It had nothing to do with money. They wanted somebody who was a team player that worked well with Marvel. I think Ed Norton said, "Oh no, I didn't want to be typecast as the Hulk for my entire career." But when push comes to shove, the Hulk wasn't a team player. Ed Norton was difficult to work with, and that was the reason he was replaced. I guess now I kind of wish it was always Mark Ruffalo or always Ed Norton. But I don't like that there are two Hulks.
Yeah. Okay, keep going. I just got to check on something.
Okay. Yeah, she's back. We're out back with the dogs, and they're running around, and we just wanted to make sure they were safe and sound. But yeah, should we discuss Spider-Man? Like I guess while we're at it, let's discuss. Okay, in the early 2000s, Marvel sold Spider-Man to Sony. And Sony made Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 with Tobey Maguire. And then they tried recasting him as Andrew Garfield in The Amazing Spider-Man. They were disastrous. You know, basically Sony killed Spider-Man. So Spider-Man was done. But then, you know, they reached a lease agreement with Marvel Studios where they're able to include Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but Sony still owns the character.
Right, but they work together, both companies, and they put a good gravitas together.
They put a good gravitas together. And I think Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home have been great. And actually, even the Sony-produced animated one, Spider-Man Intro to the Spider-Verse, that was really good too.
Yes.
So it looks like Spider-Man is coming alive again, and he's no longer he's coming alive again, you know.
And plus, you know, Sony is making a fortune off of these movies too, because Marvel produces a great movie and it sells to the audience. I mean, they do a good product.
And while we're at it, Marvel sold their heroes to the X-Men to Fox. And that includes Wolverine, the X-Men, Deadpool, a lot of the X-Men universe. And recently, Disney bought Fox Studios, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And the X-Men are now back under the Disney umbrella. Do you think that means the X-Men and Deadpool will be included in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or do you think this means
maybe one day? Yeah, definitely. I mean, because they do own those characters.
They own the X-Men now, and they put Kevin Feige in charge of Marvel Studios and Fox Studios. So it looks like the X-Men will be a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hopefully someday they're able to get the production rights to the Hulk movie back, and hopefully someday they're able to reacquire Spider-Man, and then pretty soon that will be it. And that is what it is.